All right, Luis. It's Good Friday. We
And
have
I
these
see.
buns, and
Will
we
you
should.
believe? Hot cross buns. I didn't make it though.
Yeah,
Bought by Linda's.
yeah. Bought at Linda's, and a friend did it for us, and we appreciate him doing it for us. But we, it's part of our presentation this evening. What we're doing. So maybe you should say a little grace quietly, Luis. You know. We really can't forget the inclusion of grace, because grace is important. Your children see you having grace, saying grace, they pick it up, and they might ask you later on why we're doing this. And you have to tell them that every living thing is fed by the hands of God, and therefore we return thanks. Now you mustn't take big bites. You're taking small bites. You could cut it if you like. You could cut the bun if you like. And if you don't have these crazy hands to go with it, well, you're lucky. So,
Cheers.
no man, not cheers. Oh God, me. Did you drink the water? No, tequila. There you go. The purpose of this video this evening, really, notice, let me see the bite you're taking.
Big bites.
No,
Small
no, no,
bites.
no, no, small bites. Small bites. And I'll tell you why.
Cocoa made by Lancy. Creole cocoa.
Oh, I didn't put the bay leaf.
You didn't put bay leaf?
No, you want the other one?
No, it's okay.
I'll sprinkle it still,
It's okay.
It's all right?
not good.
You want some more hot water in that? Okay. The point about this is that there was a comment by someone when we did a video called Trini Therapy at the Dinner Table. And somebody called R. Setal made a comment, and I really appreciated it. I should say we appreciated it very much. So, here's what she said. It is so dangerous for the elderly to talk while eating. There is the high possibility of choking.
Oh my goodness.
That was genuine, eh? Of choking.
Well, boy, the amount I talking I doing for the last few months on eating.
Yes, well, and that's supposed to last you this video,
I lucky that I didn't get choked.
No, no. When I read this comment, I took it to heart, and therefore it was something we want to pass on, because long ago as a kid, you have chenet. Mother would buy chenet, right?
And you had a channel tree too.
We had a chenet tree, and plums were growing outside, pomsiter, and she would say to us, "Be very careful with the chenet seed, because she's known children who have died
Yeah.
choking on chenet seeds. I never heard anybody choke on a mango seed,
No.
unless it was a dudus mango, and then a small little seed, isn't it?
No.
Right?
No, you see, chenet is wrong.
But be very careful.
And
The
very
lady say
hard.
while you're chewing, the elderly could perish. Right? So have your little drink and make sure that liquid softens whatever you're eating. No, don't laugh, because this lady, I take this lady's comment very seriously.
Thank you, my dear.
It is so dangerous for the elderly to talk while eating. There's a high possibility of choking. I have seen it too many times, so be careful. I realize it myself as I'm getting older as well, that my swallowing reflexes are a bit slower, and a couple of times it happened to me while I'm eating. I guess she said that a couple of times it probably that she almost choked.
Uh-oh.
So my response was, our response, true. Ma Butis's dentist died at the dinner table. He reportedly choked on beef while his guests looked on helplessly. Now this is not fabricated. When I was young, I don't know why, mother kept repeating to us to be very careful, even around the table while eating. And she had, this dentist was her dentist, and she really was affected. I can't tell you the year he died or when he was buried, but she kept saying that, you know, this dentist, she called his name, he died choking on beef. Now this is not tomato choker, eh? This is not bygone choker.
Like a choker.
This is not,
This is choking choker.
this is choking choker, right? So he died while his guest looked on helplessly. Al Sital replied again, I am a retired nurse, and one of the last things I did was to do the Heimlich maneuver for an old patient who was choking while eating lunch.
Oh my.
He passed out.
He died.
Well, I passed out, I guess, would be unconscious.
Okay.
I am sure I saved his life that day with
Okay.
quick action. There are so many more stories that are similar. Okay, so this is called the Heimlich maneuver. Now, for better explanations, Google has a lot of information on this Dr. Heimlich, but it's a well-known maneuver. So this is what they say.
And his name is that too?
Yes. The Heimlich maneuver is performed by wrapping your arms around a person, making a fist with one hand and clasping it with the other. Fists must be placed between the person's rib cage and belly button. Right? Thrust your hands. You know it. We were supposed to demonstrate this after, Louis. Why are you rushing so? And you finished your whole thing already?
Well, I had to be strong to do this exercise you're talking about.
Okay. Okay.
I had to be strong because I trying to save you.
I guess so. But don't choke me, you know. Fists must be placed between the person's rib cage and belly button. Thrust your hands into the abdomen until the object is freed. The object will be expelled from the throat. And there seem to be a lot of good good spot-ons for the Heimlich method.
Recommendations?
Yes. I noticed, and I didn't pay attention to it so much, that he had to disassociate himself from those who said that you must slap the back or clap against the back. Mm-hmm. He didn't think, it seemed, that was an effective or safe way. And that this is the preferred method of placing your hands, one fist, and then you clasp the hand, and you thrust between the rib cage and the belly button. You thrust upward, and the item is expelled, right? Whatever it is, the object.
But you better
The
careful
obstruction.
how you eating that thing there. I done eat mine already.
And so far, so good.
So far, so good. So it's like I might have to perform it on you, not you perform it on me.
Well, boy. Before we go any further, let me before I drink too much of this, eat too much of that, let's see if we could demonstrate this thing right here. If you let stand a little, so that I can complete my meal, right? Okay. So you're gonna go behind me. Come behind me. Make a fist. Fold this fist. Clasp it now with the other hand. Clasp it with the other hand. No, not that there. You're gonna choke me, man.
Oh, sorry.
You eat. You're a dummy now. Oh, come on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, enough.
It came up?
Yeah, you want it?
Is it?
Yes, you can have it. So Louis, come back in the show. Come back in the show. So friends, we really appreciate your comments, really. This Heimlich maneuver. Of course, they say that if it doesn't work, you have to call, the ambulance or something. And
No, but that's fatal, you know. That's a fatal thing, you know.
yes, if
I
you
mean,
put-
I'm amused and I did some little crazy acts.
of course,
Instead of putting my hand in the right place, I put it around your throat. I would have further strangled you.
that would have been terrible.
It's not that I wanted to kill you.
I'm not sure, girl. I have to review this thing carefully when it's finished to see the expression on your face, whether you you had it in mind at all. So,
That's don't swallow without liquefying it.
liquefy the thing. That's a good word.
Oh gosh, man. You know, I always say I can't write, but I can talk.
You can really talk. You really can talk, girl.
I'm not a writer. The Batiste strain, I didn't get that from the cozies. But
No.
we can
Listen,
talk,
no,
you know.
no.
No, but I have a brother who have a few books that he wrote there. Benford Bailey. What's the other one name? Murky.
Forever.
Forward ever, backward never. From a murky,
Out of Murky Waters is his latest book.
yes.
Michael is doing well.
And there was a novel he wrote about the
Putting up a resistance.
putting up a resistance. Yeah, so yes, the coaches have some writing skills, but I don't. I could talk it in through, talk it out, but not put it in pen and paper.
No, Louise, you're limiting yourself now. People must not limit themselves when it comes to writing. Nobody expects you to be a genius. You're not going to win a Nobel Prize for Literature. But you could... See that?
You think
No, wait, please.
You sure?
It's gone now.
I get it, you know. I have it perfect now, you know. I have it down strong, you know.
Listen to me now, man. This is serious business, you know. That piece really slipped down there.
That wasn't
Miss Sital will be annoyed with me, you know.
that wasn't part of the act.
No, that wasn't part of the act. It really did slip down. So you can imagine there was like the other day when we did that thing with the
Oh
steak.
my gosh, but must be
She
I would
must have
thought
seen that
the
and
steak
realized
one,
this
you
is
could
a-
have been staked out, you know.
She
It's
must
not
have
until I
realized.
give you my portion.
I assume that it is. What's that?
Somebody said in the comment, when Louise couldn't fight up with it anymore, she give it to you. I probably see that before I choke here, but I didn't know that, you know, you get a good little tip there. Very good. But it's good to know about it, really. Because even like with kids, sometimes they eat something, especially chenet, as we have heard already, is dangerous.
Yes. Well,
So you cutting up that bread and eating so dainty
I have to
because
take
you don't
some.
want to
Yeah.
choke.
But that steak the other day was really something that could have killed you, right? Because we were
You were chewing and,
we were chewing and we were insisting that, hey, we have to eat this steak.
but
because
if we had only tried to swallow it,
I tried to swallow a piece of it, but it was dangerous, honestly.
no good. I'll have to take Judy's suggestion. She said try sirloin steak instead. But T-bone, that tea never need to choke you in your throat, man.
What is Ceylon steak?
Well, I'm not too much onto the, you know, in Trinidad, we really not much onto steak and so, yeah.
I feel it wrong, you know. The amount of people I see going to TGI Fridays, and I'm sure they get
Right,
things
but
like
I
that.
mean,
No.
preparing it at home as how Americans and so have the barbecue pit and they always barbecue steak and so.
We don't do that.
No. Well, you go to TGI Friday and you pay a big lot of money to, you know, to dine. But preparing steak at home as the American culture. But then too, the choice of meats that you get, choices are, we get some old hard things coming down. Anyway.
Listen, we're not here to embrace anybody, yeah? We don't want to do that at all.
We leave the steak eating for when we go to America.
If you get there, if you don't choke before that. Anyway, the third item I have here is to really shout out a couple names. And one that came up was something I did in South, and it's Adamant Believer. I'm going to call all these names, and I want to thank you all for supporting us. Adamant Believer, there's Carol Pascal. I don't know how to pronounce this word, it's Nice, N-E-S-E, Nice, Anisha, Janet, Trini Queen, Jamil, Dark Angel. Can you imagine that? Dark Angel. Ermin Allen, Lima.
Lima.
Lima. Lima, eh? So we want to thank you all very much for sticking it out with us. We appreciate very much your support, your interest, and your comments. I tell you, I can't reply to all. I really can't reply to all, but we really appreciate all that you do for us, all the encouragement you give us, the love you share, and do hope that you have a very good holiday season. If you're with your kids and you're traveling to any other island or so, or further away, take good care of yourselves. Thank you very much for being patient with us this evening and for being with us. Thanks a lot, Luis.
Bye. Pleasant weekend to all. Love you guys.
Pleasant weekend, and coming up week,